Is it wrong that I'm wearing a shirt for an artist that I enjoy underneath my hoodie, like, for a list video? Would that be biased or something like that? You know what? Who cares? We're gonna go with it. We're just gonna keep on moving. Hi everyone, so as promised in my last video, it is time for me to talk about every Billboard Hot 100 Top 10 single from 2017, from worst to best. There were 66 singles that reached the top 10 at one point or another, and I'm going to give my thoughts really quick, rapid fire style on each one. Couple things to note. One, if I talked about any of these songs in my last video, I will just let you guys know that I did and tell you that you can click there to check that out. I'll have the link to it in the description. And two, again, my opinion, not yours. If you disagree, fine. Just don't get angry about it. Now, I actually am not using my laptop this time. I don't want to keep looking back and forth like that. So I am just going to be using my phone because I have all of my picks loaded up on my Google Drive. So I've arranged them this time into 6 categories. Obviously at the top we have the songs that I loved, that I replayed a lot throughout the year. Underneath that we have songs that either I grew away from or enjoyed but didn't really have enough time with. The songs that I didn't love but didn't hate, that I generally just had a neutral stance towards. The songs that were bad but not ear-piercingly terrible to me. The songs that I don't even remember. The songs that I listened to but blanked out of my mind after 1 or 2 listens. And then at the bottom of the barrel we have, I remember these because I hated them. There's a difference here because if I didn't remember it, that just means it was bland, it was boring, whatever. If I remember it because I hated it, that's even worse for me because then it's stuck in my brain and I didn't want it to be. So let's go. We'll start with that category. I remember these because I hated them. Oh, one more thing that I just want to add real quick. I'm going to be giving explanations on these in rapid fire style and like a little bit of a quicker style because in the last video I kind of went on and rambled for a bit and the video ended up being 18.5 minutes. I don't want that to happen this time. So let's get started with I remember these because I hated them. Starting off with number 66 on our list, we have Juju on the Beat, or TZ Anthem by Zay Hilfiger and Zayon McCall. Come on guys, really? Shouldn't need to explain too much about that one. At number 65 we have Tunnel Vision by Kodak Black. What really killed this song for me was Kodak's really grating performance. Tunnel Vision, they wanna see you in a penitentiary. It was just annoying, honestly. And at number 64, we have Mask Off by Future, the perfect example of a popular song I just couldn't get behind. I thought it was boring. And I can't tell you how many times I got annoyed when I heard Percocet, Molly Percocets, represent, gotta represent, or whatever it was. Moving on to the next category, we have I don't even remember these. These are songs that I kind of just blanked out of my mind after a listen or two. And even after I went back to try to re-listen to them, I couldn't even remember them. Starting off at number 63, we have Portland by Drake featuring Quavo and Travis Scott. I had to listen to this like 5 times to even put it on this list. I even did a review of More Life and couldn't even remember this song. Honestly, right now, I don't even remember how it goes. That's how bad it was. Number 62, we have Rake It Up by Yo Gotti featuring Nicki Minaj. Similar to Portland, only difference being that I think this one had a fun hook. I think. Again, I don't even remember. And at number 61, we have No Limit by G-Eazy featuring A$AP Rocky and Cardi B. What I have in my notes is that I remember it being a slightly more upbeat version of Rake It Up. And I don't even know. Alright, moving on to the next category, we have the songs that are bad, but not terrible. At number 60, we have one of the last big top 10 singles of the year, Motorsport by Migos featuring Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. I liked Nicki and Cardi B's verses on this song, but overall I found it to be a kind of boring, overly auto-tuned sequel to Bad and Bougie. You know, if this is what we have to look forward to on their next album, Culture 2, I'm not looking forward to it, to be honest. I have to listen to the first Culture album, but, you know, I'll get to that review when I get to it. Number 59, we have Look What You Made Me Do by Taylor Swift. I talked about this in the last video. You can just go check that out in the description if you want to hear my thoughts. Just to sum it up, an attempt at doing something different was bogged down by an absolutely horrific hook. At number 58, we have Believer by Imagine Dragons, a song with a really weak hook and uninteresting lead vocal performance, and one that really just kind of annoyed me throughout the year in that I saw it in all the Nintendo Switch commercials and all the commercials for everything else. Number 57, we have What Lovers Do by Maroon 5 featuring SZA. Some of the vocals on this song weren't too bad to me, but all in all, I just thought that the hook and the beat drop were really boring, as was the rest of Maroon 5's latest album, Red Pill Blues. And at number 56, we have Thunder by Imagine Dragons, a song that's better than Believer, but you don't know how many times I wanted thunder, feel the thunder, lightning and the thunder, out of my head. I just wanted it gone. Moving on to the next category, we have Didn't Love But Didn't Hate, songs that I generally were just pretty neutral towards and didn't really try to come back to throughout the year. Number 55, we have Chained to the Rhythm by Katy Perry and Skip Marley. An okay, slightly fun song that ultimately just didn't really have that much staying power with me. It's definitely not one of Katy Perry's best in my eyes. Number 54, we have Paris by the Chainsmokers, which, if you really love their stuff, you're probably one of the 5 people in this universe. Didn't really have the best hook of any of their songs, but I didn't hate it. Definitely wasn't my favorite of their tracks. At number 53, we have Bad and Bougie by Migos featuring Lil Uzi Vert, another song I talked about in my last video. Again, I'll just point out that it has a decent hook and some fun lyrics, but Uzi's performance wasn't all that memorable for me. At number 52, another meme song, Gucci Gang by Lil Pump, a song that was repetitive and really silly, but enjoyable in a dumb, fun, head noddy kind of way. I did review Lil Pump's mixtape, and I didn't think it was all that bad. Dumb, silly, weird, but fun, and there's certainly an audience for it. Number 51, we have Bounce Back by Big Sean. I really didn't care all that much for this song. I didn't go crazy over it, I didn't fawn over it, but I did think the hook was pretty fun, and Big Sean's performance wasn't all that bad on the song. Just nothing that I really wanted to go back to. Number 50, we have Bad at Love by Halsey, which has some nice vocals from her, though I do feel like the hook is lacking for me overall. Number 49, I know a lot of people loved this song a bit more than I did. Feel It Still by Portugal the Man. Fun song, catchy hook, just something that, again, I really didn't have much motivation to go back to. At number 48, I feel like I'll get some flack for not putting this lower on my list, but we have Body Like a Back Road by Sam Hunt. I liked the laid-back hook and Sam's nice vocals on this one for a while. It was just that later on I really grew away from it because I found it to be too silly and too gross. The more I think about it, the less I want to go back to the song, even if I liked the hook. Number 47, we have Side to Side by Ariana Grande featuring Nicki Minaj. Not my favorite Ariana Grande song, but I do like her vocals. The lyrics are kind of fun, and I like Nicki Minaj's performance on it. So it's not a bad song, just not my favorite Ariana Grande song. Number 46, another one that might get me some flack because it's not lower on the list. Ready For It by Taylor Swift, a dark-sounding song that doesn't have the worst hook in the world and has a decent performance from Miss Swift for me. Yeah, it was definitely a song that I actually enjoyed off of her latest album, Reputation. Number 45, we have Fake Love by Drake. The hook grew on me with this one, and I like Drake's vocals. I don't know if I'll really go back to it all that often. Maybe it needs a little more time to grow on me, but, it's an alright song. Number 44, we have Wild Thoughts by DJ Khaled featuring Rihanna and Bryson Tiller. A fun little interpolation of Maria Maria by Santana with some great vocals from Rihanna, even if I really didn't care for Bryson Tiller's verse. If anything, it was just kind of nice to hear in a mainstream song again. Number 43, we have Let Me Love You by DJ Snake featuring Justin Bieber. I really grew away from this one a lot, but I did like Justin's vocals a bit. The beat drop wasn't all bad. Again, it was just something that over time I just kind of stopped really listening to. Number 42, we have Closer by the Chainsmokers featuring Halsey, an oddly earwormy song that has a relatively fun hook for me, but again, it was a song that over time, because I heard more of the Chainsmokers material and stopped liking it, it was a song that really grew away from me. Number 41, this song actually kind of grew on me a bit more, to be honest, and I'll explain why. It's Don't Wanna Know by Maroon 5 featuring Kendrick Lamar. I know a lot of people don't like this song, and I agree. It is very standard pop music, and it's not up to Maroon 5 standards. But I can't lie, I did have some fun with it, even if it didn't use Maroon 5 or guest rapper Kendrick Lamar to its fullest potential, or his fullest potential for that matter. I just kind of found it fun, especially in the context of the rest of Maroon 5's Red Pill Blues. Hearing the rest of the album made the song a little bit more appealing to me. Number 40, we have Malibu by Miley Cyrus. Not the best hook she's ever had on one of her songs, but I do like her performance, and I thought it was a pretty solid song off of her pretty solid new album. And at number 39, we have Bodak Yellow or Money Moves by Cardi B. Again, talked about this one in my last video. You could just go check that out if you want to hear my thoughts. Moving on, we have the tracks that I grew away from or enjoyed but didn't really have that much time with. Starting off with number 38, Bad Things by Machine Gun Kelly featuring Camila Cabello. Also grew on me a bit. I liked Camila's vocals on this one. I liked MGK's performance. It's just that I didn't really get to listen to it all that much until the end of the year when I was making this list. Maybe a few more listens might do it more justice for me. Number 37, we have Passion Fruit by Drake. I like the danceable vibe on this one. I like Drake's vocals. It's, again, just the fact that I didn't really have much time with this song or with More Life as a whole until very late in the year, honestly. Number 36, we have Congratulations by Post Malone featuring Quavo. I like Post's vocals on this one. Quavo's performance wasn't all bad. The hook was pretty memorable to me. You know, it was definitely one of the better songs off of his debut album, Stoney. Number 35, we have There's Nothing Holding Me Back by Shawn Mendes. Originally, I wasn't really all that crazy about this track, but it is upbeat, up-tempo, really fun. I like Shawn's vocals, and I like the really fun, memorable hook on this thing. And maybe I just needed a few more listens to really let it sit. Number 34, we have Something Just Like This by the Chainsmokers featuring Coldplay. I like the beat drop on this one. The hook's kind of fun. Overall, it's just not that bad compared to a lot of the other songs that the Chainsmokers have been involved with over the past year or so. Number 33, another one that I think a lot of people didn't like, but I still had some fun with. Strip That Down by Liam Payne featuring Quavo. I like the head noddy danceable feel. I like Liam's vocals. The hook's pretty fun for me. You know, I see why people don't like it, but for me, there's just something about it that I don't mind. Number 32, It Ain't Me by Kygo featuring Selena Gomez. I like Selena's vocals, the fun instrumental track by Kygo himself, and I think I just need a few more listens with this one because I didn't spend enough time with it when it came out. Number 31, a song that I grew away from a bit, EXO Tour Life by Lil Uzi Vert. Definitely a meme song, but it does have a relatively fun hook. I like Uzi's performance on this one. The first verse is especially strong. Definitely not one of my favorite songs off of his debut album, Love Is Rage 2, but I definitely did have some fun with it. At number 30, we have Sorry Not Sorry by Demi Lovato. I like the anthematic feel of it, Demi's passionate vocals, the hook is really great. It's just not one of my favorite songs off of her new album, Tell Me You Love Me, which I actually really enjoyed. Probably a bit more than most others. I had a lot of fun with this album, and this particular song wasn't my favorite on the album, but I did enjoy it. At number 29, a surprise entry in the top 10, All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. A really iconic, snappy, and fun Christmas song with a really memorable hook and beautiful vocals from Mariah Carey. The only reason it's not higher on the list for me is because I feel like it doesn't have much longevity outside of the Christmas season. I'm not going to commute to school, put my headphones in, and listen to All I Want for Christmas Is You in the month of March. But, you know, it's great during the Christmas time. Definitely one of the most iconic and most fun Christmas songs in my eyes. Number 28, we have Miente by J Balvin. I hope I pronounced that right. And Willie William featuring Beyonce. This one definitely grew on me a bit. I love the wonderful vocals, the really fun instrumental track, and Beyonce's guest appearance really took it up a notch for me. Actually, with a few more listens, it might even get better than another Spanish song we'll get to later on. Number 27, a song that I, again, didn't have much time with, Love on the Brain by Rihanna. I love her vocals, the dark lyrics on this one. Again, I just didn't really listen to it or anything off of Anti that much this year. Maybe a few more listens in this one will really grow on me. Who knows? Number 26, we have Sign of the Times by Harry Styles. Definitely grew on me a bit. I love Harry's vocals, the really emotional feel of the song. The hook is really strong and really memorable. Again, I just didn't really spend as much time with it as I should have. this year. Spent more time with Niall than I did with Harry. Number 25, I Don't Want to Live Forever by Zayn featuring Taylor Swift. Very dark, very kind of sexy. I like Zayn's vocals. I like Taylor Swift's vocals on this one. The hook is really memorable for me. It fits in the context of the film that it's featured in, 50 Shades Darker. At least from what I can infer, because I've only seen a few scenes from the movie and it's cheese. But, you know, I do like the song. I've gone back to it a couple times. Haven't listened to it as much, but, you know, it's not all bad. And at number 24, we have Broccoli by Dram featuring Lil Yachty. A screwball song that was a lot more fun than I expected, to be honest. I, again, didn't spend that much time with it until late in the year, but I definitely did enjoy myself with it, and I can see myself going back to it a couple times in the future. And number 23, rounding out this section, is Despacito by Luis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee featuring Justin Bieber. Again, talked about this one in my last video. Just go check that one out if you want to hear my thoughts. Now we're moving on to the nitty-gritty of the list, the songs that I loved. Number 22, Rockabye by Clean Bandit featuring Sean Paul and Anne-Marie. I had fun with it. You know, catchy instrumental track. I liked the hook a lot. I liked Anne-Marie's vocals. Sean Paul's fun performance didn't hurt either. Definitely one that I kept coming back to throughout the year. Number 21, Million Reasons by Lady Gaga. I love her passionate vocals on this track, the really explosive hook, the light but beautiful acoustic guitar track. This is one I feel like I'll keep on wanting to replay. Number 20, Attention by Charlie Puth. I didn't expect a Charlie Puth song to really have that much of an impact on me, but this was one that I kept coming back to and kept getting stuck in my head. I liked the dancey feel of it, the catchy hook. I felt like his vocals were really solid on this one, and it actually got me pretty excited for his upcoming album. Hopefully it ends up being good. Number 19, Havana by Camila Cabello featuring Young Thug. Song that really grew on me over time. I loved the really catchy hook. I loved Camila's vocals, and even Young Thug's verse fit nicely with the song. This one was another track that really got me excited for Camila's upcoming album, which is going to be launching pretty early next year. Number 18, one that I feel like people might disagree with me on, I Spy by Kyle featuring Lil Yachty. Again, screwball song that was too fun and catchy for me to ignore. Even if Lil Yachty's lyrics were really silly on this one, Kyle's part really made the song for me, and it really kept me coming back. Number 17, I'm the One by DJ Khaled featuring Justin Bieber, Quavo, Chance the Rapper, and Lil Wayne. Talked about this one in my last video, just go check that out. Number 16, also talked about this in my last video, Rockstar by Post Malone featuring 21 Savage. Really enjoyable track that got me really excited for Post's upcoming album, Beer Bongs and Bentleys. Just go check out the last video if you want to hear my deeper thoughts. Number 15, Stay by Zed featuring Alessia Cara. I love Alessia's really beautiful vocals. The instrumental track is a lot of fun. I even did a drum cover of this song on this channel. You can go check that out. Just scroll through the channel and you'll find it. Or maybe I'll link in the description, who knows. Number 14, another song that really grew on me over time, Unforgettable by French Montana featuring Sway Lee. Fun, dancey hook. I liked French Montana's performance. I loved Sway's hook. And I definitely had a lot of fun with this track. A lot of the material that Sway Lee and Slim Jimmy of Ray Shremmerd put out this year really grew on me over time, and this was one of the songs that definitely kept ringing in my ears for all the right reasons throughout the year. A couple more songs that I talked about in my last video that I'll just blow through because time. Number 13, Shape of You by Ed Sheeran. Talked about it in the last video, just go check that out. And number 12, That's What I Like by Bruno Mars. Again, just check that out. Number 11, Scars to Your Beautiful by Alessia Cara. I love Alessia Cara. I love her vocals on this track, the really beautiful instrumentals, the wonderful hook, the great message behind it. I definitely kept coming back to this song throughout the year, and I really, really loved it. Now we move into the top 10. Number 10, Too Good at Goodbyes by Sam Smith. I love his beautiful vocals, the really sad lyrics, the really memorable, really fun hook. I definitely really, really enjoyed this track a lot. I kept coming back to it even before his new album came out, and even now I still keep going back to it and really, really enjoying it. Number 9, Castle on the Hill by Ed Sheeran. I actually wasn't even all that crazy about this song when it first came out, but it really grew on me. I fell in love with Ed's vocals, his really personal lyrics, and the really upbeat, up-tempo feel of the song. Really was one of my favorite tracks on Divide. Number 8, Black Beatles by Ray Shremmerd featuring Gucci Mane. Talked about it in the last video, check that out. Number 7, 24K Magic by Bruno Mars. Again, I didn't really love it at first listen, but it grew on me a lot. I loved Bruno's fun performance, the amount of energy and charisma and danciness that the song had. It really ended up playing well throughout the year, and it was one of the reasons I fell in love with Bruno's new album. Number 6, 1-800-273-8255 by Logic featuring Alessia Cara and Khalid. I love the wonderful message, the great lyrics, the head noddy instrumental track. I love Logic's flow, his performance on the hook, Alessia Cara's flow on her verse, and even Khalid's cameo appearance at the end was really strong. I actually have to listen to his album that he came out with this year. I completely forgot. Number 5, I Feel It Coming by The Weeknd featuring Daft Punk. I love the catchy hook, the great Daft Punk beat on this song. Again, The Weeknd brings the goods with his vocals on this track. I really loved this one a lot. Number 4, Humble by Kendrick Lamar. Talked about this in my last video, just go check that out. Number 3, also by Kendrick Lamar, DNA, a song that honestly just gets better for me the more I listen to it. I love Kendrick's rapid fire flow, his passion, his aggression on this track. His lyrics are fantastic. It's just one of the strongest songs off of Damn, which was already a strong enough album as it was. And then, ending off the list, 2 songs I talked about in the last video. You can go watch that and criticize my picks in that video. Number 2 was Starboy by The Weeknd featuring Daft Punk. And number 1 was Perfect by Ed Sheeran featuring Beyonce, if you want it to. And that's all I've got. I know people will disagree with my picks because that's the point of music, but that's what I have to say. What were your picks out of all those 66 top 10 singles if you really want to rank them in the comment section? Well then, I applaud your patience, but yeah, if you want to do that, go ahead and listen in the comments. If not, you can just give, like, you know, your top 10, your favorite. You could just talk about the songs that you really enjoyed, really didn't enjoy, blah, 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 whatever you choose. You can comment below and start a discussion if you want. Just please don't come in anyone's necks. I want to keep this as civil as possible, please. Please. Thanks. If you want to hit the like button on this video, go ahead. I won't force you guys to. If you want to subscribe, go ahead. Again, I won't force it on you. And my last list will be posted pretty soon. It's just going to be a video of every album that I reviewed this year based on the rating that I gave them. I'll try to have that up as soon as possible as well. Until then, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys later. Peace.